For more of my exclusive interview with President Obama, we also got into some issues brewing at home, including that controversy in Virginia over the Confederacy. You might have heard that the Republican governor of that state, Bob McDonnell, named April Confederate History Month, but the proclamation made no mention at all of slavery. So that really sparked a firestorm in the state, which Obama won in 2008. So I asked him to weigh in on the controversy.
I'm a big history buff. And I think that understanding the history of the Confederacy and understanding the history of the Civil War is something that every American and every young American should be a part of. Now, I don't think you can understand the Confederacy and the Civil War unless you understand slavery. And so I think that was a unacceptable omission. I think the governor's now acknowledged that. And I think it's just a reminder that when we talk about issues like slavery that are so fraught with pain and emotion, that we better do so thinking through how this is going to affect a lot of people and their sense of whether they're a part of a commonwealth or part of of our broader society.
Speaking of history, the new book out by David Remnick, biography of you, includes a story with the historian Doris Kearns Goodwin. She recounts a conversation she had with you during the campaign where she was really struck by your ambition. She quotes you saying, "I have no desire to be one of those presidents who are just on the list. You see their pictures lined up on the wall." You're pretty confident now you're going to avoid that fate?
Well, look, here's what I've been spending my time thinking about. I'm pretty confident that we're not going to plunge into a Great Depression, which I wasn't so clear about a year ago. I'm pretty confident that we've stabilized the financial system. I'm pretty confident that the economy is on the mend, and I'm also pretty confident that we've got a heck of a lot of work to do to put people back to work. I'm confident that healthcare was the right thing to do, and that's going to be a significant achievement when generations look back on it. And I think this START treaty that we signed is the start of a good direction for American national security policy. But I'm going to wait until I'm maybe 10 years out of office before I start making assessments about how I did.
Okay, Mr. President, thanks very much.
All right, thank you, George.
So the president not ready to handicap the history books yet. What I thought was most interesting about that answer, Robin, is how quickly, even though he's focused on foreign policy right now, he turned it back to the economy at home, because I think the president understands very deeply that that's how voters today are going to judge him.
Yes, and that was a criticism of spending so much time on health care reform. What about jobs, jobs, jobs? So you haven't seen the president since health care was passed, and that was a bruising time. And now with the treaty, some criticism there. How'd you find the president to be, his mood and everything, George?
Well, he's faced criticism over both those things, but these are also two big victories for the president. I think he's got a little bounce in his step over that. But I have to say also, Robin, this president is really pushing it. He is very, very tired. He had come off basically an all-nighter. Not only was he flying over to Prague, but they were kept up all night because of those reports of that incident over Denver where the Qatari diplomat had that terror scare. So they were kept up all night over that. He also reflected a little bit personally when we were off camera about the lessons he's learned. He said one big one he's learned is that everything in Washington takes a lot longer than you think, whether it's health care or this START treaty. And he knows now that he's got to keep pushing, but he's also got to be patient.
Yeah, but is he taking on too much? I know that's one thing that people feel like, does it have to be all so much so soon?
You know, I don't know that he has a choice, Robin. There are a lot of big challenges, a lot of big problems in the country right now, around the world right now. And as you saw in that story related in David Remnick's biography, I think the president came to office with ambitions to do big things, and he's not going to back down from that. No, he's not. All right, George, we're going to get back to you in our next hour. Just take a little tour around. I know you've only been there a few hours. Go see the place, and then we'll check back. We're going to do it all weekend. I know you will. You can watch George's full interview with President Obama online at our website at abcnews.com.